So in front of me, I have the SP-404 MKII, as you can see, and I'm fully integrated, fully upgraded, all of that good stuff. And let me just start off by saying I'm really enjoying this Serato DJ Pro integration. It's really fun, man. I mean, I'm getting lost in it. So I just wanted to share with you guys. Now, on the other side of that, as I use the program, I'm coming up with things that maybe they could have added. So I came up with like a little wish list. That does not take away from the upgrade as a standalone. I mean, I love it. I think it's fantastic. So I'm not going to go over the DJ mode too much because I already did a video on that. Really quick, you have the left side and the right side. Left side is going to be deck 1. Right side is going to be deck 2. And on the pads, they basically tell you what the transport commands are. And whether you're a DJ or a producer, we all use the same commands and same transport. So I think everybody knows what does what. Let's get into this wish list. I really wish they would have added a 3-band EQ, a high, mid, and low kill. That would have been great if they added that. That is a very important feature as a DJ. Now, yes, you can use the filter drive knob. You can use this if that's what you chose to use. But to use that, it just doesn't work too well. And then they also have an EQ in the multi-effects menu. To jump into that is going to be pretty difficult too. As a DJ, you have to make quick transitions. You have to make quick decisions. You got to read the crowd. So you got to do something really quick. These control knobs are instant. So maybe if we could have did a quick key to add these control knobs as you're making a transition, that would have been fantastic. Let's talk about the BPM. When I use the BPM, I notice I cannot get to a desired BPM quick enough. Only way to get to a higher BPM or low BPM is to hold this key here, which is 2 and 6 on deck 1. And if you notice, that takes a long time, man. It'll take me forever to get to a desired amount. So I really wish they would have added like a 2-button action where I can hit shift and incrementally get to the BPM that I wish I can get to, either in groups of 10, jump 10 points or jump 20 points or whatever it is. The same way you can kind of beat jump, I wish they had a BPM jump so I can get to that BPM a lot quicker. If you hit shift and BPM, I think it's just going to adjust the tempo. If you notice here, the pitch and time, but it will not incrementally adjust the BPM. So I have to unfortunately hold it down like that. I really wish they would change that or would have changed that because it just takes too long to get to a desired amount. While we're on the topic of BPM, even if they could have added a manual BPM, they could have maybe used control knob 1 and control knob 2 as a manual BPM. And maybe you can shift plus another key, and that turns this for the tempo knob for deck 1 and deck 2. This would be the tempo knob for deck 2. Since there is no pitch slider on the controller, you can just slide the pitch adjustment and get where you have to go quicker. But with this, unfortunately, we don't have that. But if they change these 2 knobs to a manual pitch adjustment, that'd be a really awesome feature. Here's a big one. I did try to connect this with another small controller because we don't have jog wheels on this. So there is no scrub. You can't scrub the track. And scrubbing just basically means you're just scrubbing the track to get to where you need to go a lot quicker. If you notice here, I'm scrubbing the track so I can just scrub to the point where I want to go, right? So if I'm able to connect this to a smaller controller, maybe a Hercules controller or something like that, to give me some jog wheels, that'd be a really cool feature. But unfortunately, when you connect this SP-404 MKII to another controller, it's going to cancel out the crossfader because Serato doesn't know which crossfader am I using. Am I using the SP crossfader? Am I using the controller crossfader? So it just leads to problems. But there is no scrub. There is a beat jump, but no scrub. So if they added a way to really scrub the decks, that would have been a nice feature as well. And maybe, just as I said with the pitch knobs, maybe we could have added this as a scrub to scrub the track. But I mean, I know you can't use the control knobs for everything, but I'm just trying to think of quick ways to, maybe we could have used pitch speed as a scrub, shift pitch speed, and pitch speed will take you forward and shift reverse will take you back on the track. That way you can scrub the track, not necessarily beat jump. Now, while we're on the topic of using controllers and other external gear with the MKII, when Roland integrated this with Serato, this was supposed to be the controller, or this is the controller. And they only gave us 2 decks. So they only gave us deck A and deck B. Now, in my opinion, I wish they would have added deck C and deck D, because Serato does have 4 decks. Now, 4 decks is a great feature to have. I mean, usually that's an EDM DJ thing where they run in 2, 3 CDJs, 4 CDJs, 6 CDJs sometimes, just so you can just blend everything seamlessly. And it's just a good preparation feature to have. But since we have such a limited controller here, to give us 4 decks with this controller would have just been fantastic, because now you're not struggling to find a next track when you're still on deck A. Now I gotta find something really quick for deck B. If I have deck A, deck B, deck C, and deck D loaded up, I'm ready to go. I could be looking for my 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th track. I don't have to be worrying about loading and unloading tracks so frantically if I need to change tracks. With that said, I mean, we could have just put bank C as deck C and bank D as bank D. Unfortunately, they didn't do that. They just gave us deck A and deck B. You can use deck C and deck D if you have a 4-channel controller. That's a whole nother video, and I will get into that. But to add deck C and deck D, that's something I really wish they would have added. It just seems like something that wouldn't be that difficult to do, but I don't know. I'm not an engineer, so I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's too difficult to do that. I'm not sure. One last thing on my wish list, and this is important. DJs, if you're DJing with this, you need to know that if you hit shift exit, it is going to kick you off Serato completely. And using a menu diving beast like the SP, it's easy to hit shift exit by accident. You do that, you're finished. You can no longer use this as a controller. You have to now shut down Serato and restart again in order to get the SP integrated with Serato again. So once you hit that shift exit, it's going to kick you out of Serato. So really, I wish they would have added a 3rd key for that combination, maybe shift hold exit. So that way you have to do 3 steps in order for that to happen, not just 2. God forbid you at a gig and you're using this and you hit shift exit, you're finished. And that was the important thing about being able to add this with an external controller with 2 other decks. So that way, if you did get kicked, you can just simply use the other controller and reboot that way. I mean, yes, you still have to reset the Serato, but maybe you can use a USB stick or something in the meantime while you're booting back up with the SP. Just something to think about. Whether they added these things or not, it really doesn't make a difference, because I still love the upgrade. Earlier on, I said that I would never DJ with the SP-404 the way that it was. The way the DJ mode was still had a lot of things that needed to be corrected, so I just wouldn't feel comfortable DJing with this. But now with this 5.0 upgrade, I feel very comfortable taking this to a gig with maybe about 20 or 30 people and doing my thing. Anything more than that, maybe not. I would need to bring this with something else to do that gig. I hope that helps. I hope you guys enjoyed this wish list. Maybe Roland is listening and they will add it along with some of these other things that you guys were looking for. And I do understand my people that was a little disappointed with the update. I get it. But I do believe, I honestly believe that they will hit us with some more gems. Do your thing. Keep doing what you've been doing. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Take care.